Hi, welcome back. We stayed up to watch Bethesda's conference, so you didn't have to. I know it's lame to get this complaint, and we even did it earlier in the Xbox video,
yeah.
but midnight. We can complain about this. I understand you might be somewhere else in the world, and you could be like, "Oh, these guys are complaining. I had to watch this at 4 a.m."
Yeah.
However, Bethesda's a Maryland-based company, and we are a Maryland-based whatever we are.
Yeah.
And
So they understand our pain. Why they would choose to do this, especially considering all of them have families that live here.
Bethesda started this video with a montage of their children talking about their parents who work at Bethesda.
Yeah.
We're a family company who starts conferences at midnight. And that's the other weird thing. I don't know all the dynamics, obviously, but Microsoft went from 5 to 6:30.
Yeah.
They could have done it any other time.
Yeah. Especially considering how short the conference was. It lasted all of 45 minutes.
A little over, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I'm going to officially. It's official. 12 minutes.
All right. I don't know why you showed it. They couldn't see the numbers. It's too small.
I know. All right. So let's also talk about the other big issue with this conference. Bethesda Land.
Bethesda Land. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what it is. I guess
I assume they were doing this, and came up with this ideal to theme everything around a 50s-ish style cartoon.
Yeah.
Explaining a fake amusement park.
Yes.
It was awkward and just
yeah.
slowed down this really fast-paced conference.
It really ticked me off because the Bethesda, as you know, are the guys behind Fallout, where they do the sort of parody of the old cartoon stuff style really, really well.
This was really shoddy.
And this was just I don't know if it was just
thrown together at the end or
a complete rush job. And we're not talking about the actual cartoon and stuff. The actual visuals looked all right.
They were fine.
And the idea was not bad. But
it wasn't good.
Just the actual execution of it was just really strange and stilted. It's just I don't know. I don't know how I felt about it.
I didn't like it. I really did not. I think it was kind of. Here's how I would have done it. Same idea. Modded a Fallout and have your character walking around in Fallout, and then they open a door or go inside of an attraction, and you're in a roller coaster, and then you go through a gateway, and then boom, you're in a different game.
Okay.
And that would be the segue transition, so it would tie into what they do and just look more aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
But it's not the worst.
No.
But it was kind of Nintendo has done quirky things in the past, and they were trying, and it just a complete miss for me.
Well, Bethesda Land is no Nintendo Land, and that's saying a lot because Nintendo Land was all right.
It's okay.
It's okay.
So,
not to be confused with Super Nintendo World, which looks pretty cool.
I personally got excited because right in the beginning, they said the N-word. Nintendo. Which doesn't get mentioned a lot.
No.
So the Switch dropped on Microsoft's conference. This one, he said it early, and we'll get to it. Start right off with VR.
Yes.
You and I don't own VR units, but we're both excited for it and want to get one at some point.
We're going to be regular VR troopers.
We are VR. Shout out to the theme song.
Sick reference, bro. Your references are the best. Everyone knows that.
Doom VR. Look good. I like the name Doom VFR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Fallout 4 VR. Again, I'm not trying to sound unexcited, but it is Fallout 4 in VR, which is a really cool proposition.
Yeah, I mean...
definitely the biggest VR game I've seen in terms of scope and what you could do and being a complete game and not just an interactive cinematic experience.
Yeah, it was just hey, this game is first person most of the time anyway, unless you're a weenie, but...
Stop.
Just...
VATS.
Yeah. I don't know how VATS would work in VR. That is a question.
Yeah, it's true, right?
I'm curious to see. They didn't show that off, but I would like to see that.
You just become the bullet.
God, I hope not. That'd be terrifying. The camera just clips through everything.
Yeah, actually, that's a good. Like, I guess you just stay in your camera. They can't like do that zoom out camera they like to do.
Yeah,
it just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, good observation.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's fine. Neato. Mm-hmm. Elder Scrolls Online now has Morrowind support. Woo!
Yeah, neither of us are big Elder Scrolls people.
We're not MMO people.
Yeah, not MMO people certainly, but I have always had an interest in the Elder Scrolls franchise. I just never like got around to playing them. I really want to play Skyrim.
We'll get to that
and etc. But
Mods Creator Club on the surface sounds like one of these great things for everybody. We're going to work with people in the community who are good at making mods. We're going to make more mods ourselves. However, there was a little hint at paying for mods.
I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. It's late. I'm tired.
He's very tired. It's like 1 a.m. Bethesda. Yeah, this could be good, could be bad. We'll see. All right, let's get to
Bethesda. It's 1 a.m. Do you know where your children are? They're in Maryland with us.
Creepy. Skyrim Switch.
Yes.
Oh man, they hit a terrible Switch pun to get into it. But what I appreciate about this is Skyrim has like that traditional music, that fantasy music, and they're like, well, it's a Switch game, so let's get our like party dance music on.
Yeah.
While we're watching people shoot arrows and such.
Yeah, it's like the two marketing teams were just like having tug of war for a while.
Yeah. It was really weird. It was just like, this is how Switch is marketing. It's for people who play on the rooftop. But if you are one of those people who play on the rooftop, this looks really neat because
motion control.
It has motion controls. They're showing like pulling the Joy-Cons back to shoot arrows and block. Now, granted, you could play it with traditional controls as well, but having Skyrim be portable, on the go, it looks like it's kind of somewhere between original Skyrim and the HD remaster that came out last year. So, looks good. I'm going to try it. I have not played Skyrim, so I'm excited to jump in. Has amiibo support.
Yeah, you can...
Breath of the Wild Link was in it. His outfit.
Yeah, you can get the Master Sword of Hylian Shield and the Champion Tunic and all that fun.
I hope stuff. It doesn't stop at that, even though that to me is cool enough for people to dip into it and buy it, and it will be, especially if they have mods.
Yes.
But if they go crazy with like amiibo support and at least hit some of the big franchise amiibos, it'd be really fun to play around with.
I'd like to see...
Like Mario with some kind of like fire magic or something.
Yeah, like, because normally the fireball in those kind of games is just a straight shot, but if it bounced, if it were a bouncing fireball, that maybe...
But if it's Luigi, it just stays on the line.
Yes.
we're both probably pick up Skyward Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dishonored 2 is getting DLC. Yeah, pretty cinematic.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Moving on. Then they did this thing that's like another E3 2017 trend of like, these people are ordinary people like you. They weren't born with these skills. They mastered them. They became the world's greatest pro gamers. And they're gathering for an upcoming tournament where they could win parts of $1 million.
$1 million!
Watch online on our URL. I don't know what they're doing, but it was the way they can get into Quake. They took the Doom game from last year, applied old Quake to it, and it's just like fast, frenetic multiplayer.
Yep. That's Quake. It's going to be on QuakeCon, which is still a thing apparently. I've never been to QuakeCon.
It falls under like the Bethesda, like, you guys make quality games. I have a list here that tells me it, but you guys make quality games for other people, out there.
Yes.
Not for me.
Yeah, it's tough because for the two of us, especially the kind of games that we like and the kind of games that we play, these first couple conferences are not quite hitting. Like, we know that these audiences exist, obviously. We know that there are people who are so excited for this stuff. It's just not us, unfortunately.
To be fair to us, I also think a lot of misses. I'm a Madden fan. I know. Gamer card. But even there, all they focused on was a story mode, which is only going to penetrate about 20% of the people who play it. And just weird stuff like that. It's been a weird E3 so far. But just a lot of stuff that isn't... I mean, at least my wallet's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Evil Within 2 had a crazy cinematic, long trailer, weird cover of an 80s song.
It looked like the beginning of it where he's like floating in the water and a slow descent down, and then he flew through the thing, and it was the other thing. All I could think of was Kingdom Hearts. It's like the weirdest, yeah. And then they're just like, it's grabbing him from behind and pulling him under the thing, yeah. It was weird. It was weird. The whole thing was
stuff,
weird.
Yeah. Birds dipped in milk. Yeah. Blood, time stoppage.
I only played a little bit of Evil Within. I did like what I played.
It has an audience.
I am interested in that game.
Yeah, it's from the original creator of Resident Evil who left the franchise after 5. So
yeah,
I don't know, a lot of Scooby, they're gonna get you stuff where it's not for me. Now. Again, speedy conference, and great job on that, guys.
Yes. The previous conferences have just been slogs, especially with Bethesda, but this is actually you could hear us dreading it in the Xbox video.
Yeah.
We were expecting it to be 3 hours long and just drag on, but let's just crank them all out.
We even forgot the card game. They had a card game in there, but I'm still praising them because it was so snappy and quick. I didn't mind the stuff I can't care at all about. Elder Scrolls card game. I'm sorry, there's much better trading card games out there. But let's talk about the last one. This is a good Bethesda strategy where they tease a game. Everyone kind of thinks they know what's coming out, like they did with Fallout 4. And then they say, "Here's a cool reveal at E3. It's going to be our big showcase of the conference." Now, granted, Fallout 4. If you remember, they talked about when they had announced it. They did a mod video. They did a developer video. They did a cinematic trailer. They did an extended gameplay of going through a town and such. Here, they did a really cool, kind of weird live action thing. And then that led right into a really well done trailer / gameplay that was just probably 10-minute hype video for it. Yeah. It was lengthy, but it was good.
Yeah, everything that was there had a purpose. It was in place. It made sense, and it was longer than anything else at that point had been. But it really worked and sold the game very well.
It felt earned.
Yes. I was sitting there the entire time with the live action thing, and it's this little girl and
we were trying to debate on what it was.
I was and then I saw this guy in a hospital, and there was this door, and it had the big valve handle on it. And I'm just it's got to be Fallout, but it wasn't.
Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. Another one of those ones where it's this was so interesting and kind of good, and made me kind of want to go play Wolfenstein 1. I don't know if I'll pick this up.
Yeah.
It's definitely on my radar, and I could see how it pans out. But it looks like a really well-made game.
Yes.
It's it's gonna sound weird. It's kind of you take Fallout and mix it with a BioShock.
Yeah, I could see that.
That kind of storytelling and such.
It's weird, armored head thing.
Going in overtime.
Oh boy, again. Hey, we reached the end of all.
Yeah, I know. I almost nailed it with the timer that time.
Yeah.
It looked good. Go check out the trailer.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you're here for our reactions, but I liked it.
Or by accident. Maybe you're here by accident.
True. At least 10 of you, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's self-deprecation is the name of the game.
Those two guys aren't pro Jared at all. He's so tired. He's just please, Andrew, transition so we can end this.
I can't even
I am going to give this conference a Link Breath of the Wild amiibo because it actually was compatible with what we saw. Also, it was cool.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I expected so little, and I got a conference where I have more than one game. I'm going to buy one game, and I have a couple maybes, and that is way more than I expect from Bethesda.
Yeah.
So, just think of Link jumping through the air. That was his conference.
Yeah. My review is a VR bumper car. It's
Why?
Because a lot of VR support and Bethesda Land. Also, the idea is kind of neat, but at the end of the day, you're still out there way too late. And
you're too old for this.
Just tired.
Yeah, I'm so tired.
I don't fit in the car anymore.
Thank you for Bethesda. If you are a third party, this is kind of how you should do it. Your conferences shouldn't go longer than 45 minutes. Everything they talked about today is coming this year, which was like a cool thing. I don't need that. Like, I'm not one of those, let's just go real quick in E3 philosophy. Yeah. I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, I only care about this year. I don't care about games that aren't coming out for 3, 4, 5, Kingdom Hearts 9 years from now.
Just bring the hype, certainly.
That's where I'm at. Like, but mostly focus on this year. A couple teases next year, I'm fine. Yeah. But this strategy is working for them, and
absolutely.
It's thumbs up. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this. Bethesda, you had the best conference so far.
Yeah.
Now, if I had to say it, so far they've been getting better as we go along. So EA is definitely the worst. Xbox is a little bit better because of the pacing and such, but nothing too exciting for me there. This one was even better, and I enjoyed it. Now, granted, next up is Ubisoft, so
it could go one of many ways. But I will say, they're going to talk Assassin's Creed. They're going to talk X, Y, and Z. Obviously, that's going to be the major players. Now, even if that conference for me is hovering at a D-, if they utter the phrase, the sacred words, Beyond Good and Evil 2.
It's not happening.
That'll be A+ for me. I know it's not happening. I know it's not happening just like Mother 3 is not happening at the Nintendo
That's happening Tuesday.
Yeah. We've had a bet since 2008 that Mother 3 was coming to E3. And
I had an inside source.
Yeah. Sure you did.
We're loopy. It is late.
Yes.
I'm gonna end this.
Yes, please do.
I'm gonna stop.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bethesda. Thank you for watching. Stick around for future videos. So
tomorrow we're gonna get some stuff. He's gonna go solo for a little while.
Jerk.